Leo, Mariah here. It's a pleasure as always to be reading for you. I hope you're doing really good. So I haven't done this in some time, but I actually want to do predictions surrounding your love life for the month of May. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what's going on for you. Okay, Leo. So let's hop into this. So let's see. What is the predictive energy for Leos surrounding their love life in the month of May? Oh, I'm getting a picky vibe. Somebody here is picky. Thought patterns. Get out of your head and into your heart. This is the truth. Somebody is picky here. I like this. Because, mind you, picky within reason, right? We still have to be realistic of the outcomes that we can receive. And we still want to make sure that our standards are where we want them to be, but they're still obtainable, right? Sometimes we can have certain standards or certain expectations that we want out of our love or the type of partner we want that is not in reality of what we can actually obtain or what we can actually get. So keeping in mind, even though it is good to be picky to a certain degree, so that way you are selecting proactively the kind of partner that you want, or you're selecting the situations to continue to entertain, but make sure we're being realistic about the outcomes we can actually receive, whether it's with a new person or a person that we're currently dealing with. And that's what this reminds me of, though. There's a picky energy here that's surrounding you. But I like this because I'm not getting it. I'm not going to speak for the ones that may be picky to an unrealistic expectation, but the ones that are in alignment with reality, in alignment with their pickiness and the reality of receiving from that. It's like your standards. You've raised your standards. You've raised the bar here. It's like through your experiences, all of them have cultivated and compiled upon each other to really give you a better sense of understanding of what it is you do and don't want, and what it is that you like and what you don't like. And in the month of May, you're fine-tuning what it is, your standards. You're fine-tuning even further, maybe that pickiness. You're fine-tuning your vetting process and what it is you want and don't want, and your discernment skills. So I like this energy here for you, Leo. So let's see. Let's see your energy, Leo's energy in the month of May when it comes to their love life. What's going on with my Leos here? We have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Swords, Chariot, oh yeah, you picky. But I love you, right? I love you. This is picky. The energy I'm picking up on today. I'm talking to a Leo that low tolerance, and I mean low tolerance for the BS, low tolerance for the game playing, low tolerance for the back and forth, low tolerance to even entertain somebody time for a minute past due. You know, you're not playing games here. But also too, it's not like you're closed off either. But I will tell you, back to that pickiness energy, Leo, just be cautious with that, because we may be so set on a certain outcome or a certain type of person we would like, or maybe certain things we want from a person, that we don't give grace for certain maybe shortcomings or maybe certain things that we would like, but they have other attributes that may be much better, other characteristics that may be much better. So just be cautious with that, because I am getting a real picky. But it's not for no reason. There's reason why you're this way. There's reason why you're holding yourself to a certain standard, a certain pedigree, and a certain regard. And as you should. I won't take that away from you. As you absolutely should. So let's see, prediction-wise, the person that Leo is dealing with. We have the, oops, if I can pick it up right, Knight of Cups in the reverse. Page of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, Empress. Why is this Empress here? Seven of Swords. So I'll put it to you like this. I don't know if this is somebody that you're dealing with in the month of May, or somebody that may try to approach you in the month of May. So given your own situation, Leo, you know how this is going to play out. You know your reality. This reminds me, though, and I've seen it a lot of times here, especially in Houston, okay, the city of the legs, hips, and thighs, where you will have a person, right, whether this is male or female, feels more masculine energy, but you take it as it fits for your reality. But you will have a person that knows game, that's familiar with how to run game, that has maybe even tried to run the same game, the same line, the same script multiple times. And it's worked for them. I will give them credit. It's worked for them. So if it ain't broken, why fix it, right? But this is somebody who will run game, whether emotionally, whether it's through things that they say, ways that they may show up, whether it's through forms of love bombing, forms of overly giving attention, overly giving praise and admiration. You will have that. And soon as it doesn't work anymore, soon as the other person may be wanting more, or they're wanting to take that connection to the next level, or they're wanting something that's more of substance from a connection with them, that's when they tend to get out of dodge. Or you start to see maybe certain manipulative tactics, or this person's behavior becomes more so neurotic based, where 1 minute they're giving you all this and the next minute they're maybe silent, or they're moving backwards, or they're sidestepping with you, or you may see certain attributes come out of them that you didn't know existed. And it feels like a lot of times when they've done this, the person that they were doing this to, again, running game, that's what this feels like. I know game when I see it. The person it feels like they would run game to, or people, once they started to realize or feel like, okay, well, maybe I'm not getting more of what I deserve, I'm not getting more out of this situation, it's usually the other person that has to cut this off. Because it goes back to the classic saying of, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? And this is somebody that's going to try to squeeze every last drop of milk out of a situation until it's time to pay for it. And when it's time to pay for that milk, they're gone. Or they're starting to act differently, or they're switching up, or they're changing in certain ways. So I would tell you, Leo, because again, I love that you are being picky. I love that you have your standards. I love that you are in a place where you have your boundaries and you have your limitations, and you know what is acceptable for you at this point in your life, and you know what's not acceptable. And by keeping that on the forefront, you're going to be able to realize game. I'm looking at somebody who looks like they know game, and they try to run it, and they may quite often be very successful at it. So your discernment skills are going to be needed. Your discernment skills are going to be really important. How you vet this person is going to be important. The questions that you ask sooner than later. And then even the things that you may be seeing or you not may be seeing, and the nuances in between, right? The certain things that a person doesn't say tells a lot about them. The certain things that they are saying, how they're saying it, why they're saying it, how they're presenting themselves, how they are showing up, the consistency of how they're showing up. Being able to understand their past and seeing if their past is still a part of their future, and what are they carrying from their past in their future. The more you recognize this, which again, you're in that energy of already doing so, and this is why you're picky and your standards are where they are, you're going to save yourself a headache with this. I like it. I want to see, how is this person going to handle or deal with Leo? How is this person going to handle Leo? Let's see. Ace of Pentacles, Emperor. I knew I felt like this was a masculine energy. Queen of Wands in the reverse. King of Cups in the reverse. Ooh. The Lovers in the reverse. I know game when I see it. You know game when you see it. If you're smart, if you lived a few seasons, you know game when you see it, Leo. And I know you know game. Looking at your energy. This, oh my goodness, this is that person that comes through in their dignity, showing this manhood about themselves, showing upright, showing that they're serious, that they are a provider, maybe that they provide security, that they may be financially stable or secure. Somebody, it almost reminds me of misogyny. Not to go there because I don't want to segregate, the women viewers versus the male viewers. So again, take it with your life and situation. This reminds me of a misogynist. Straight up. I know when I see one. It reminds me of misogynist. And if we were to really go into it, it's like, and I hate to be controversial like this, but this is the best way I can explain this energy. If on YouTube, you got different communities on YouTube, and you have a certain community called like the manosphere, red pill and black pill, and etc., where they talk about men's topics in regards to women. If I was to give you personal examples, it would be like an Andrew Tate kind of vibe. That's exactly what this reminds me of. somebody that throws their masculinity around or their manhood around. And now if you're a man watching this for a woman, you can flip it in the reverse, right? They may be a woman that comes off with a strong masculine energy, hyper independence. I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man. I don't need no help. But yeah, I want you to do for me. That's for my man. But for my women, because it feels like more of a woman's read, this is somebody that throws their misogyny around. And because they're a man and they have this going on and they have this going on, then you should do. And the thing about this is the Ace of Pentacles, this person will offer you a new beginning. This person will offer you a new start and a chance to try and develop something or create something with one another. But it's only an opportunity. I don't see anything rooted here. If anything, what this feels like is a person that is not emotionally, I don't want to say emotionally available. I think that's the wrong word. This would be somebody whose emotionality is stunted at a certain age or at a certain level. And they tend to hyperfixate on their masculinity as the cover up for their emotional stunt or their emotional lack or bandwidth. Excuse me. And what it feels like, Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Again, this person is going to romance you. You may be impressed by maybe their living situation, their cars, external material possessions. They may try to impress you with, how they speak and how they come across and really being in their manhood. But once you pull back those layers of the onion, you're going to see that, oh, this is just a person, a person I'm dealing with that is masking their lack of growth mentally, emotionally, psychologically behind their manhood. And again, I'm not trying to slight the men when I say this, but again, this feels more like a woman's read. I apologize for my men viewers out there because I know not all men are like that. And I think this is where the disharmony comes in, because as much as you may want, and I'm not going to say you want a connection with this person because you're very on guard. You're very much picky with your standards, right? So I don't know too much from your end. We are going to investigate. But I would say, hypothetically, right? Even if you wanted a connection with this or you wanted to further develop a connection with this, you're going to see after some time, which I think will piss you off, that if you know your boundaries, your standards, and if you've been discerning and you still allow this person into your life for whatever reason, I think you're going to feel like you were just a utility to this person. And this person is going to feel like they have the right to that utility. Why? Misogyny. That's what I'm telling you. I don't think I've ever gotten that vibe in a reading before. It's somebody's misogynistic, almost chauvinistic to a degree. So I want to see some advice. I actually want to get into this deeper. So let's get some advice here from my Leos. Thank you. We got the Knight of Swords, Hangman, and one more, 4 Cups. I love it. I love it. 9 of Cups. This goes back to that pickiness. This goes back to what you want. You already know what you want. You know your standards. You know what you're looking for. You know what you're desiring out of your love life and your relationships, right? So this is being able to ask those tough questions, to have those conversations. You should not be in a place where you feel confused with this person. You should not be in a place where you don't know what's going to happen. All of that, all of any type of confusion you may come across, and I'm not saying that you are, but if that is the case, if confusion does arise when dealing with this person or when you come across this person, those talks need to be had sooner than later, so that way you're not allowing yourself to invest time, energy, your efforts, you preserving your energy, giving it to this person just to feel like you're only getting half-ass results back from this person, or feeling like your needs in some way of these 9 cups are not being met. Maybe you're only getting 8 cups. Maybe you're only getting 6 cups. Maybe you're only getting 3 cups. But there's something about this situation where you're not getting that 9th cup. And that 9th cup, which then add one more on, would take us to the 10 of Cups, would be everything that you desire and want in a relationship. But something's lacking here. And again, if there's any uncertainty, ask this person, hey, this is what's going on, what's happening, and use that intuition to really figure out, okay, should I proceed or should I not proceed forward, instead of proceeding forward and just kind of going with the flow. This is not one of those situations to go with the flow. So I want to look at, because I do want to take this into the extended, because I want to see further about this. So let's get a couple more cards here. Ooh, let's see. What will this person do in the month of May when it comes to Leo? King of Wands in the reverse. Three of Pentacles. King of Pentacles in the reverse. And the two, oh yeah, we got to see this. And the Judgment on the bottom. Oh, there's a lesson on this one. There's a lot. Yeah, we're going to take this in extended. If you would like the extended the link is in the description box below if you want to check out the extended with me. But looking at this here, King of Wands, Three of Pentacles, King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Two of Cups. Judgment on the bottom of the deck. It goes back to the saying, if you don't learn the lesson the first time, you will learn it again. And I like your energy because it feels like you're at a place where you've learned, right? You don't need to be re-shown something or retaught something that you've already learned, that you already got down packed, that you already have developed the understanding that this is what you do and do not want. But I think this is going to be a hard offer to refuse initially. And I want to see why that is, right? I want to see why that is. I think this is going to be a hard offer to refuse initially because I think you two are going to hit it off so well. I think you two are going to see maybe steps towards potentially something. More so, though, on your end, giving their energy. And I want to see why. Let me actually put this aside. I'm going to break this down and extend it. But I actually want to see, how does this person approach you, right? What is their approach here? What is this person's approach towards Leo? Let's see. Ten of Swords. Ten of Wands. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. Justice in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. This reminds me of somebody who utilizes their past experiences of what they've been through as kind of their selling point. And I know some of you have dealt with this. I know I can't be the only one. Where a person, like if you're getting to know somebody and you're meeting somebody and you two are talking about maybe past experiences, and a person can be very convincing and very believable that they have left their past alone, that their past wasn't good for them, that almost kind of like the world's smallest violin. Like, I don't want to say a sob story because I don't really get that energy of trying to gain sympathy from you. But you know how some people can just be so done with their past and say, I'm done. I don't want to go back. I dealt with this and that. It just didn't work. I don't begrudge them. I don't have any anger towards them. I don't have any issues with them. I'm healed past it. But it was a situation that I learned from. It was a situation I had a chance to grow from. And now I know much better. Just showing another person the evolution from their past, right? How they've evolved past and really giving details on how they were hurt, but also how they moved past it. But that justice is in the reverse of calling this person's bluff. I'm not saying that they're holding on to their past per se, but this person still carries past baggage, which takes me back to this person running game on you. Or trying to run game on you. I don't think you're gonna go for it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna discredit you like that, Leo. I don't think you're gonna go for it. But I can see this person as their entry point, because a lot of times how people tend to connect deeply is through vulnerability. And this is one of their tactics, it feels like, that they can connect. Because when you can get, again, this feels more like a man I'm reading about. When you can get to a woman's emotions, you can get to her vulnerability. And through getting to those vulnerable points of a woman, how do you do it? Through relatability, through being able to speak about experiences that another person can relate to and feel seen and understood. And by this person being able to express what they went through that wasn't the best, that they've learned from and that they've moved on past and they're not carrying any baggage, you would be able to relate based upon your energy and why you have the standards you have today and why you may be picky in the way that you are today. The issue comes into play is that this person still carries the baggage of their past, and this is why they run game. So Leo, let's go to the extended, because I want to break this down and see how this evolves. So if this is where I leave you, I love you. Stay on your pivot. Don't change for nobody. Make sure, and I mean this, be always discerning of who it is you give your time and attention to. You know, and I want you to have the best outcomes. I want you to have the results you want out of your love life. Somebody needed to know this. I don't know who. Somebody needed to know this for the month of May. So stay safe, be careful, be well. Love you. Bye.